ASX trades lower. China grows at 6.5% in the fourth quarter. The ASX 200 is trading lower in the mid-market session, even as many retailers announced growth in sales despite the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Among the top laggards were QBE Insurance Group Limited, ASX QBE down 4.67%, energy stocks such as Beach Energy Limited, ASX BPT down 4.59%, and MONADELPHOUS Group Limited, ASX MND down 3.48%. China recorded a year-on-year growth of 6.5% in the fourth quarter. The ASX 200 is trading lower in the mid-market session, even as many retailers announced growth in sales despite the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. By 12:18 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Daylight Savings Time, the benchmark equity index was trading at 6,667.50, down 47.90 points or 0.71%. The index has lost 0.44% over the last 5 days and 5.61% in the previous 52 weeks. The broader All Ordinaries Index was down 0.714%. On Friday, 15th January 2021, ASX 200 finished the week higher by a fraction to 6,715.4 points. The week saw the US government announce the details of the $1.9 trillion stimulus plan to boost the economy amid the COVID-19 crisis. Healthcare and consumer discretionary were the top performers so far in the intraday trade, while ASX 200 healthcare was up 0.585%. ASX 200 consumer discretionary rose 0.317%. Pro Medicus ASX PME, up 11.94%, continued its strong run, along with RAMSAY Healthcare Limited, ASX RHC, up 5.59% and led the charge for healthcare index. Pro Medicus shares are on a rise after the company last week announced a deal with the largest health system in Utah. Electronics and music chain JB Hi-Fi, ASX JBH, shares surged as high as 8% in the early trade after the company reported a 23.7% growth in sales to 4,941.2 million Australian dollars in the half year 2021, against last year's corresponding period. Online retailers such as Kogan.com, ASX KGN and Harvey Norman, ASX HVN also rallied in the early trade. Consumer company GUD Holdings Limited, ASX GUD, was up 4.34%. Among the top laggards were QBE Insurance Group Limited, ASX QBE down 4.6%, energy stocks such as Beach Energy Limited, ASX BPT down 4.59%, and MONADELPHOUS Group Limited, ASX MND down 3.48%. QBE shares fell nearly 3% in response to an unfavourable court ruling in the UK following the announcement that the company's chief executive will step down. Premier Investment ASX PMV shares are trading down 1.6%. The other major movers include Chimeric Therapeutics, which served 60% on ASX debut Zip, ASX Z1P. Shares are up nearly 3% after the BNPL company said it had raised 56.7 million Australian dollars from its share purchase plan. On the other hand, Tyro Payments, ASX TYR, shares continued to be in a trading halt, even as the fintech firm released its latest COVID-19 related trading update. Meanwhile, the payroll jobs declined 2% between the week ending 14th March 2020 and the week ending 28th November 2020. Even the total wages fell by 2.6% in the given period, data by the Australian Bureau of Statistics, the ABS, showed. On the global front, China recorded a year-on-year growth of 6.5% in the fourth quarter. The growth was on account of 7.3% rise in industrial production, a 4.6% surge in retail sales, and a 2.9% jump in fixed asset investment. The Australian dollar is trading down 76.99 US cents or 0.33%. Brent crude oil was down 0.36% to $54.63 US dollars per barrel. Thank you for watching Kalkine TV.